Hey there, it's me Red Knight and welcome back to my channel for another Heyday Farm Review video. Now this one was introduced to me during my live stream, and if I do say so, I am totally impressed. I love the way that the deco is put together, and initially I showed this design because I wanted to show one of the viewers a way of actually hiding the machines that you have on your farm. And then once we talked about that, we then looked at this farm in detail, and there were so many gorgeous features, and the design is very unique in the way it's put together that I wanted to show you more. So let's go into the scenic mode and let's zoom out, and I think you're going to be like, whoa, this one is very impressive indeed. Now as we zoom out, you'll see that there's a lot of beautiful autumn trees used within the design. I love the actual path piece that comes off around the side just to the left of the screen, goes round behind that beautiful Halloween decoration, comes down past the dog kennels, past the birds, past the docks, comes round the back to the insect hive, and then again back round to the ladybird seat. You've got that beautiful water design that's flowing around the house, and this gorgeous garden style appearance around the actual house itself. So design wise, this is very impressive. If we move on to the edge there, you can see again they're using those beautiful autumn style trees, the actual grey fence wall that we've got within the game, and again more water pieces just to create an interesting design feature as a border off to the left hand side. Now, as I come across the road, you'll notice this very beautiful pool of water as well. And again, that's very nice, and I like this one. Now, from yesterday's stream, it's a little bit different. In the stream that we looked at yesterday, this actually was a mountain. And I'll show you that little image later in the video as well, because it was very, very nice indeed. Now he's modified it, he's placed a beautiful pool design down in the decoration, and you can see again that pathway comes round the back of the house, so you can explore walking around this design. Now as we move off to the side, you'll see where the crops have actually grown now, and you can see this hill style effect. What you need to do is to actually come away from the design and look at it from the distance, and the way it's layered creates that impression that you've actually got this hill, and the water itself is flowing from behind the house through the trees that you can see there, coming around, following the valley, and then coming around again towards this big gigantic hill, around the front and then up the side again into the rest of the design. So I love this layered style effect that he's using. If I look at the water feature he's got there, that's a lot of water dishes. Now if you want to create something like this, you're obviously going to need a lot of vouchers, you're going to need a lot of diamonds and a lot of patience, because there's all of the production machines, the animal pens, all of the pets to be hidden within the design, and that's what makes it unique. You wouldn't think that this actually has those machines, that livestock pen, those pet pens built into it, but they are there. As you look closely within the design, you can see little features. So as an example, I zoom in here, you can see the wonder tree that's actually placed there with the birds flying above it. Again, as you move around, you'll see certain things that you might have missed when you first look at this design, and it is very, very pretty indeed. Now as we move on down to the bottom side of the farm, on the actual right hand side, you'll see again that water feature expands out. You've got this kind of like an island feel again where the water is going around, and I love this. Now again, as you look into the design, this is what we were talking about at the weekend, where you can see the houses, the machines, the storage, etc., all hidden behind the actual trees. Now this is a wonderful way of actually creating a beautiful design, but also hiding those ugly machines that you don't want to show. Now for myself, okay, I'm not so comfortable with this because I would forget the placement of the machines, but this is where you can use the edit mode and have another farm that's just machine based and one farm for actual decoration based, just to create that beautiful effect. Additionally, when you look at the design, you'll see the actual products that are produced on the machine, so that gives you a good indication, but for us looking at it, we can't see that machinery. Now, as I said, this design is very, very beautiful. It's a shame I didn't get back in time to show you this one, because the hill piece that was located here created a very nice valley and hidden house effect behind this imagery. But I do like the way that he's taken this as well. Now, the second part of the design that made it even more impressive is across the road. This is where you can actually see this layered effect, where you go from a higher zone down into the valley as you're moving down. And I love the way he put this together. So he's using that angled effect of placing those brick walls at different positions. So it creates that meander. It creates that imagery as though you're going down the steps, up again, coming down again, as though you're walking down into a valley, you're exploring the hills. And I love this as a design. And as you see here, I really wish I could zoom out more. I really do. But look at that beautiful effect. Now that reminds me of part of where I live here in Japan. I actually live in one location, and if I go from where I live, it goes down into the valley, and then again goes down into the valley, and then comes up again, and then goes down. So it's very beautiful as a design, and I like that. Now again, as you look into the design, you can see the machines and other things hidden within the design. So very, very nice indeed. Now what's great about this, once you've actually come down this design, it still continues down further, and so you're coming to the base of the actual valley. So there's that whole aspect of getting lower and lower and lower, and then coming around again before you actually go back up or you go around. So you've got this upward motion, you've got this round motion. The amount of time and effort it would have taken to create this design is like, I couldn't even guess. I really couldn't. Look at the design of that one. Look at the water features. Look at the way it actually goes together. It's a very, very beautiful pattern indeed. And I am totally impressed. And I mean really impressed. I would love to see this design without the trees on there, just so I can see the basic template of the path pieces and the machines to see where they are located, and then slowly watch as he puts it together. Now my advice or request for any of you guys that actually have YouTube accounts, if you create a design like this, record yourself doing it. You are wonderful at designing. Why not upload those designs as you make them from start to finish, or even as you modify them like we've seen up here? That way other players can see how you're doing this. You don't even have to add your voice. You can just keep the Heyday music playing in the background if you want to. You can talk at the same time, but you have a skill that is wonderful, and I'd love to see the community copying your ideas and showing appreciation for what you have done. It is beautiful, really, really, really beautiful. And I love this a lot. I kind of wish that Heyday would take this design and then add it to Greg's farm. What I would like to see is the Supercell Make site used as a way of uploading designs that would be added to our account, and then Heyday would then take those designs and just use them maybe every week or every month, copy them over from the player's account, and I would be so impressed. I really, really would. And I could go to Greg's farm regularly and say like, damn, that's a nice design, or I'd like that design part, or I want to copy this, I want to copy that. Heyday's got a good opportunity here to allow us to be creative on our farms by mimicking other people that do designs like this. Now I can't afford to do this. This is beautiful. I don't have the resources, but for those of you who do, there's some nice potential ideas. Even as a basic design where you're creating this kind of like curved effect as you're coming down the hillside into a flattened area, why not give it a go? In addition, why not give it a go hiding your machines and other items within the game behind the trees, and then using the trees that you've got as a way of disguising that layout, because it is very beautiful. Now you are going to need a lot of resources, like I said, diamonds, coins and gems, but it is lovely. So this is a very, very beautiful farm indeed. Now let's go and have a look at the sanctuary, and and see how that compares in relation to what we've been looking at. Now, the sanctuary and the town were some parts that we looked at during the live stream the other day. And some players are very beautiful on their farms, but they're forgetting their sanctuary and town. Please remember this is an extension of the game, so do design as well. And as we zoom out here, you can see that it's been carried over. You've actually got that hill style effect, and this is brilliant. It really is. I actually adore this town much more than I do the farm. No, I can't say much more. Like, both are gorgeous in their own way, but you've got the town hill placed up on high as though you're looking up to it. You've got that curved stepped approach as you come up from two different sides. You've got that plateau effect at the top. You've got the grocers tucked down there at the base. You've got other buildings off to the left hand side that are curving up the hillside as well. This is really cool, and I do like this one. As I move on down to the actual bottom part there where the river is, again it looks like you've come down into the valley, into that flattened land area, just to gaze over into the sanctuary area. This is such a cool design. It really is. I love this, and I want to copy this design. To see the visitors moving around on this would be fantastic indeed. Now, as they come down to the beach, very interesting indeed. Now, this one's using the Pearl of the Sea. There's a lot of Pearl of the Seas down there. It kind of creates a cliff style effect that you've got there. Now, it's a shame it's not so angled. I'd like to have seen that angled approach to it that you see with the rest of the actual town, especially if it is creating something that is usual and interesting. But maybe it's a development in process, I don't know. But still very interesting. Now, Sanctuary. As we come across the sanctuary, we get that again angled approach here, and if you look at the top here, it feels as though you are looking at again a valley style effect. So down here you've got that bottom ground area, and then up here you have that high path piece that's actually snaking down that mountain. I love this design in itself. It is very beautiful indeed. It really does create a kind of a stepped image to it, so you can see the way he's done that design. So by just using an angled view of this, you create this layer that is very unique indeed, taking us down to the winter tundra. So the actual decoration continues on, but then slightly blends into that winter feel. And again, as you're using those flowers coming down, it has that white effect, which then takes you into the winter tundra. And again, you've got the animals placed in that area on that beautiful snow. So it does blend in very well. I love this as well. It's a gorgeous design. I like the way that he separated it into two key parts, but having that path piece snake down the mountain. I could enjoy hiking in this location. I really could. It's a shame we don't have any bridges that go over. If we had a bridge design aspect to this, I think it could be kind of cool as well. But I do like what I'm looking at here. Right, let's go back to the farm. And what I'm going to do now is just to show you that design that has been changed from this. So let me quickly switch over to my photo album, and I took some photos yesterday before coming back to this design. Right, welcome back again. Now, as I said, he had this beautiful mountain style effect there. So you can see that although the appearance of the farm is very similar to what you were looking at, he's actually made some changes. Now, this one is definitely very different indeed. You can see he's changed it from that hillside approach that we had, and he's made it more path related, going all the way around. So two wonderful areas that he's just tweaked the design in a slight way just to take it into a different aspect. I like this one when we looked at it in yesterday's live stream, so check it out in the video in the live stream, because you can see all of the design that he had at that time. Because this appearance just at the front here, as you look at it from a distance, gives you the effect that there's a big hillside with the house behind it. And I like the way that that was done. So again, by curving those trees, by using some of the valley decoration, creating that path style effect coming up there with the beautiful flowers that I like. And then again, that stepped approach behind the house. It again feels like you've got this beautiful valley. If I slide through some of the other photos that I took yesterday, you can see that beautiful imagery again. As I zoom in, you see the gorgeous fox that's being used down there with the mushroom path pieces. Again, very, very nice indeed. I love the way he's put this together. One thing I do wish with Heyday, like we've got this beautiful water ditch path, but having these little knolls there with the dirt and the green kind of detracts from the design opportunities. I do wish that Heyday would modify it slightly so that we didn't actually have that in there, or gave us another one where we have the choice maybe between having the join pieces or not having the join pieces. As we move into other photos again, you can see same appearance that we looked at with the main farm itself. So he's not changed everything, but you can see the features that I did like about it. This is the design I mentioned in its full glory there. You can see the mountain there with the house behind. Beautiful indeed. I'm very impressed with this designer's skills. Both the farm and the town that he's put together, very nice indeed. Now, if you would like me to come and review your farm, take screenshots, share them on my Instagram like I'm going to be doing with all of these ones, please do let me know. Right, let's go back to the farm. So this is the design that we looked at yesterday. This is the design that we're looking at now. So you can see there's a very big difference in the way he's modified that. So, honest, my friend, good designing skills, and I really hope that Heyday does consider using your design within a Greg style farm. Heyday, you've got to do it. You've got to copy some of these over into Greg's just to showcase what players do in the community. I think this is a wonderful opportunity both for them to be recognized and for you to share those designs, just so we as players can mimic what others are doing. Right, I'm going to say goodbye, everybody. I've enjoyed looking at this one, and I'm going to continue reviewing farms over the next few weeks or so, especially as this theme is still within the game before it all disappears. Autumn and Halloween is one of my favorite time periods. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Click on the subscribe button for me. Hit the like, comment on the video, letting me know your thoughts as well, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.